Welcome back to the J&A Homebuyers channel. On this channel, we talk about buying and selling real estate. J&A Homebuyers is an investor here in Katy, Texas. We buy homes cash, and so we bring you content all the time that helps get deals done. Whether you're an investor, you're a seller, you're a buyer, whatever. If you like learning more about real estate, give us a follow on our channel and stay tuned for more content. Today, we're talking about free paperwork to help a person sell their house for sale by owner and not sell with a realtor. So let's dive into the content here and learn what documents do you need to have, what disclosures do you need to have, how should you receive the offer, and we're going to give you something else for free. Stay tuned to the end. So how did we get to this list? I'm actually a licensed realtor in the state of Texas. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you legal advice, but these are the disclosures that I use with my clients when I'm helping them list a property. I'm bringing them to you free because they are freely accessible on the internet. I'm going to give you the links all below in the videos, and you should be able to know how to do this yourself. Realtors can help some people who need the help, but some people just don't need the help and they want to do it themselves. If that's you, this video is for you. We're going to dive into the disclosures that you need to be able to do this. So, seller's disclosure. The seller's disclosure is really important. Now, there is a form which I'll have the link in the video here that you'll go through and fill out. It's really important that you fill out all the details very openly and honestly, and even read it carefully. If it says it has happened in the past, even if you were aware of maybe a previous seller, for example, having a flood on the property, you still need to disclose those things on that property. If you don't, you can have legal ramifications down the road. So make sure you fill that out fully and get all the little details there on the seller's disclosure. That needs to be given to any buyer that wants to purchase your property. Lead-based paint. If your house is older than 1978, this is a federal law from the United States of America that you need to fill out the lead-based paint addendum there to that contract. So it needs to be disclosed that your house may have lead-based paint, and then you'll answer in there you know or you don't know whether it has lead-based paint, all those kinds of things. Those can be tested, but even if you've tested it, you still need to have this filled out. Again, the key deciding factor is your house older than 1978? Wire fraud. Wire fraud is not really a notice you have to give, but I highly recommend you do give, because wire fraud is terrible. And if you're a buyer that's going to buy your house and you spent all those advertising dollars and did all that work to market it, list it, and all that stuff, and you finally got a buyer that's qualified and they get defrauded, that's terrible for them and it's terrible for you because you don't get the sale of your property. So there is a wire fraud disclosure. I'm also going to link that down there. Highly recommend that you research a little bit more about wire fraud in the process of purchasing a property and share that with your prospective buyer. Mud disclosures. In Texas, a lot of the water systems here in the Houston area especially are private or mud systems. They essentially service your water, your sewer, oftentimes some services like trash, etc. So every property is zoned to often a different mud district, and you need to disclose which mud district, the numbers of payments and all that stuff. Basically, the buyer needs to acknowledge that when they're buying this property, there's taxes associated with that. This is kind of how the taxes are pulled from, etc. So there's that. HOAs are also very common in Texas. If your property's in an HOA, there's an addendum for that. You just fill that out with the information of your HOA, and it decides like who's going to pay what fees for the purchase, transaction, etc. All of that is in that. So these are the disclosures you need. You need to use, well, you don't actually choose the form of the purchase offer, right? The buyer is going to write you the offer. But I highly recommend that you request your buyer to use the TREC 1-4 contract when receiving that offer. That's because TREC, the Texas Real Estate Commission, makes a lot of forms and rules and things to help make sure that all offers are fair and clear for both the buyers and sellers. In Texas, you can have an offer in all sorts of different shapes and sizes written by custom lawyers, etc. But it's really hard for you to go research and understand what pieces of that contract mean if it's not in the Texas 1-4. So there's tons of YouTube videos out there for Texas 1 to 4 contracts. If you receive an offer and you don't understand what it means, it's a lot easier to unpack that if it's in that format. Highly recommend that. Now, let me give you a free tidbit here that we're gonna offer you as our company. J&A Home Buyers is a cash buyer. We are offering you a free CMA and also a free offer to purchase your house outright. We buy houses, no fees, no commissions, a lot less time. We can buy it in as little as 7 days, saving a lot of the headache for marketing the house, advertising, showing, all that stuff, fixing up the repairs. We can buy houses as is as well. So there's a lot of value that we can bring you on the side of that offer, but even if you don't want our offer, we're gonna give you a free CMA, which is basically a report of houses closed next to you. Because Texas does not require the sellers to disclose how much your house was sold for. In fact, if you're selling your house off market, for example, if you sell your house off market to us, none of your neighbors are gonna know what you sold for. But if you sell it on the MLS, well then a realtor has access to see what those houses sold for. So what we can do as a realtor, I have a license to get in the MLS, find all the comparable properties that are similar to you. For example, hey, this house has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, just like yours, and the master is downstairs instead of upstairs, which makes it more valuable than the house next door, all that kind of stuff. So we'll give you that report for free to help you know what you should ask for your house. If you need our help listing, if you need our help with a cash offer, we're happy to help you there too. Again, just helping deals get done. That's what we do. Thanks.